This demonstration we're going to look at actually configuring branch cache. Now what branch cache allows me to do is it allows me to distribute my files amongst various machines sitting on my network. A good example of this is if I have a very slow connection from my branch office up my head office, I don't really want to be continuously pulling files down across that link. So if I could store the files somewhere else, that would be brilliant. And only if users require the files would I want to store those files. So what we're going to do here, first of all, is we're just actually going to configure a file share that's going to be used for branch cache. So I'm on my file server, come into Windows Explorer, and all I'm going to do on my C drive here is just create a folder for branch cache. So come to C drive, we'll just create a new folder. We'll call this new folder branch cache. We'll then share this folder out. And what we'll do on the sharing tab, we'll just come to advanced sharing. We'll share this folder out just on my advanced settings here and permissions. What we'll do is remove the everyone group and we'll just add in authenticated users. We'll give authenticated users full control. What we'll now do is we'll click on the caching tab and we'll enable branch cache. So as it says here, only the files and programs that users specifically or specify are available offline, and we'll enable branch cache. So we'll click OK at this point here. We'll now click OK, and what we'll do on the security tab, we'll just edit the settings and we'll add authenticated users. And what we'll do with authenticated users, yet again, we'll give them full control permission. So now we've done that, we'll click OK and we'll click Close. So we've now actually created a branch cache location sitting on our file server. The next thing we're going to do is configure the actual Windows 7 client. So we'll come down to our Windows 7 client, and all we're going to do here is just log on as administrator. Right, we're logged in as administrator. The next thing we're going to do here is we're just going to actually configure the firewall settings for use with branch cache. So what we'll do, we'll just come into Control Panel. Within Control Panel, we'll just go to System and Security. We'll just come to Windows Firewall. And on Windows Firewall, we'll allow through a program or feature. So we'll enable content retrieval by using HTTP. And what we'll also do as well is we'll use peer discovery by using WSD. Click OK here. I'm just going to come back to my domain controller now, and all I'm going to do on my domain controller is I'm actually going to create a group policy that will be used with branch cache. So into Group Policy Management, and we already have a branch cache group policy, so we'll just edit this branch cache group policy. And what we'll do here, within our group policy, we're going to go Computer Configuration Policies. We're then going to come down to Windows Settings, Admin Templates. Within Admin Templates, what we'll then do is we'll come down to Network, then Branch Cache. We're going to turn on branch cache. So we'll enable that. Click OK here. We'll then come down to Configure Branch Cache for Network Files. And what we'll do here is we'll enable this and we'll specify 10%. So this is all to do with our round trip network latency value in milliseconds, above which network files must be cached. So we're going to see cache them at 10 milliseconds. So we'll click OK at this point here. We're actually going to use branch cache in distributed mode rather than cache mode. So next thing to do, now that we've created our group policy, is just come back to our Windows 7 machine. And what we want to do on our Windows 7 machine now is we just actually want to enable our group policies. So we'll just come to command prompt. We'll run that as administrator. And what we'll do here, to clear the screen to make it easier to read, we'll do a GP update and then a /force. Right, so that will now pull down the group policy for the branch cache from the Active Directory domain controller. Done the user policy now, we're just waiting for the computer policy. That's all done. The next thing to do is just actually issue my netshell command to tell this Windows 7 device that it's using branch cache in distributed mode. So again, I'll just clear the screen, just make it a little bit easier to read. I'll type in the command. So the command is netshell branch cache set service mode equals distributed. We can see now that it's set the service to start type to manual has succeeded, and we're setting the service mode succeeded as well. Next thing we'll do here is we'll just issue a command to prove that NetShell is working. So we'll just clear the screen again. So we'll just issue the command NetShell branch cache show status. Right, if we resume this, we can actually see that the service mode equals distributed caching, serve peers on battery power is disabled, and current status is up and running. So what we've now done is we've configured branch cache. So now what we can do is, rather than pull down the files from our head office, if we have a latency of more than 10 milliseconds, what we'll actually do is we'll cache the files, and we're going to cache them in our branch cache location. And that's the end of this demonstration of configuring branch cache. Thanks very much.